Hello, everyone. Welcome to SwiftLearn. How are you doing? I hope all my lovely students are doing very well. So, this is Yashika, and yes, I am back here again with another interesting and engaging session for you in this life skill series only for you. All right. So, how are you feeling? I hope this question brings a smile on your face and you're feeling really well, you're feeling really good. So, with the same zeal and enthusiasm, we are going to start today's session. And if you remember, we had done critical thinking and creative thinking in the previous few sessions. So, you all are my creative thinkers now, and you know how to approach any situation with different angles, right? So, this is what we did in the previous few sessions, and today I'm here with a brand new topic for you that is really going to help you become an effective communicator. So, are you ready? I hope you all are excited. So, without much ado, I'm going to start with today's session. But before that, let me just remind you, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe so that you never ever miss any important update and you can hear from me regularly. All right, so let's quickly begin with today's session, and here we are with effective communication. That is session number 6 in the life skill series by your one and only Yashika ma'am. All right, so effective communication, the word itself is really effective. How to communicate effectively, how to win friends and influence people, right? So, here we are with the importance of effective communication. Why do you need to communicate effectively? Why is it really important to make your communication really very effective to stand out in the crowd? So, let's get to know why. Effective communication means that we are able to express ourselves. So, please emphasize the word express ourselves, because communication is not meant to impress someone but to express yourself. So, you express yourself verbally, non verbally, with the help of words and without the words, and you should be able to express your opinion and desires and also your fears. So, do not fear of your fear. Okay. So, what do you need to do is you need to express yourself clearly and effectively whenever you are in a group or you are there communicating with anybody, and not only your opinions and desires, but feel free to express your fears too. That is where you would become an effective communicator. So, would you like to see some very helpful, awesome phrases that are really going to help you become an effective communicator? So, let's move ahead, and I would be helping you today in how to contribute in group discussions. Group discussion is a very nice medium of public speaking where you speak to the public, you engage yourself in a discussion for an agenda, for an aim or objective to be achieved. So, are you ready? I am here with some key messages for you, that why do people have group discussions and how do group discussions are executed. So you would be getting to know that people have different behaviors in group discussions. If you're discussing with 5 people, all 5 people are going to have their own opinions, their own personalities, and their own ways of talking. Now, whenever you contribute in group discussion, you not only define your views but other people's views too. Also, there are less chances that people would already interpret what you are trying to say. So, to avoid the confusion, it's really important to communicate effectively in a group, and it's your responsibility to contribute and at the same time allow others to contribute. Since this is a group discussion, it's not a one on one talk. You are not the only one who's speaking here. All the group members should get equal opportunities to speak so that even they can add their value. All right. So this was all about what group discussion is. But now let's come to the practical concept. Let's leave the theoretical part away and we would be coming to the practical concept, in which you would be learning some awesome phrases for your group discussions and debates. Are you ready for that? Because these awesome phrases are definitely going to help you so that you can contribute to your part in a discussion. All right. So, whenever you are having a discussion with somebody, there are chances that you might agree on a topic, You might disagree on that topic. You can ask for the other members' opinions and you would like to give your own opinions too. So, how to initiate that talk? What are these phrases that are going to help you in a group discussion? Let's have a look. Whenever you would like to agree on any topic, so here I have a list of topics given here on which we can probably have a discussion. So, let's select the very first one. So, I would like to select this topic that it should be illegal to kill animals for human consumption. If this is the topic, you might be agreeing with me, you might be disagreeing with me. All right, there can be any case. So let's see if you agree, then how would you express that? You would be saying, I agree that it should be illegal to kill animals for human consumption. At the same time, you can start this with, I think this is right. I am in the favor of the topic. I am for the topic. I believe this is right. So these statements, these phrases are to agree. In case if you would like to disagree, you can say, I disagree. I think this is wrong because I'm not in favor of the topic. I am against. I believe that it is wrong to kill animals for human consumptions. So, did you see that both the cases I have served here? Agreeing and disagreeing. Now, if you would like to ask for the opinions of other members, you can say, what do you think? Do you agree? What's your opinion? What are your thoughts on the killing of animals for human consumption? Now, finally, if you would like to offer your opinion, giving your opinion, you can say, in my opinion, it is illegal to kill animals for human consumption. I think that it should be abolished. My opinion is that animals should never be harmed. I believe that it should actually be illegal to kill animals for human consumption. So, did you see these awesome phrases? These phrases you can use in your group discussions or debates to make your communication even more effective. And now onwards, you wouldn't be feeling that how to initiate the talk. You would be having these phrases handy with you, right? So, home task would be that you can select any topic out of these, like the first topic we have already done. You can select any of the topic and try and have a discussion with your friends, your cousins, your neighbors, anybody, and do let me know which phrase did you find to be the most suitable one. All right. So now we are going to move forward and we are going to talk about another important aspect of effective communication, that is listening skills. So do not forget that listening is as important as speaking. All right. It is a really important part of your communication. Let's see how and how you can become a good listener. So here we have some of the qualities of a good listener. Let's have a look. So, in order to listen effectively, you need to keep your eyes on the speaker, whoever is speaking. Your brain should be thinking about what is being said. It shouldn't be like you are hearing to the person, but your brain is somewhere else. At that point of time, you are just hearing. That's not considered as listening, because listening always involves interpretation of the meaning. You have to construct the meaning out of what is being said. Your mouth should be quiet since you are only listening and not speaking. Ears should listen carefully. Hands should be still. And of course, your feet should also be still. So, right now, I am speaking, hence, I'm using some gestures and expressions on my face. But when you would be acting as a listener, make sure your hands and feet are still, your eyes are on the speaker, and your brain is involved in what is being said. And that is where you would be able to become an effective listener. Do not forget, there is no communication without listening. Listening is as important as speaking. Great. So you learned two important things with me: how to initiate your talk in group discussion and how to be a good listener. And both of these are the aspects of effective communication. So, are you enjoying? Now, do not forget to keep on liking and sharing the video if you are enjoying this video on effective communication with me. All right, so keep on hitting the like button, that keeps on energizing me. So, once you listen, post listening, आपको क्या करना है? आपने सुना, you listen to the other person. But now, it's time for you to ask some constructive questions from the speaker in order to make that person feel valued and so that your communication can go on well. So here I have a set of questions. So these are some closed ended questions and these are open ended questions. Closed ended means that you are just asking for one single answer, and in open ended questions you would like the speaker to answer in numerous ways. Are you feeling bad today? So the speaker can either say yes or no. Do you think Rohit would like to be friends with me? Again, the speaker would be only able to answer yes or no. So these kind of questions you should generally avoid post listening when you're trying to ask some questions. Always try to use these set of open ended questions. How are you feeling today? So that the speaker can express himself with a number of answers. How do you think Rohit feels about me? So there could be a couple of answers that could be given here instead of just answering in yes or no. What would you like to do today? So here again a number of answers can be given. Instead of asking would you like to go out to the market today, you can ask what would you like to do today. So now did you understand that the qualities of being an effective listener is that you ask a set of open ended questions from the speaker so that you can elicit a number of responses. Great. So I hope you found the difference between both the set of questions, and you would be agreeing that open ended questions are any day better than closed ended. Great. So from now onwards, make sure whenever you listen to someone post listening, try and ask some open ended questions in order to make the speaker valued and to construct the meaning out of what is being said. Great. All right. So here we have learned how to become an effective listener. Remember, whenever you are communicating, not only speaking and listening, but your expressions and your actions speak a lot. So now you would be learning about non-verbal communication with me, in which I would show you how your facial expressions, your body movements, your touch, your eye contact, and gestures play a really important role. So, do you know that if I am speaking with a lot of excitement, but if I don't show that excitement on my face and my face is really dull, that is just the opposite of what I'm saying. All right, so it's really important for you to not only concentrate on the words you are speaking, but also your facial expressions, your body movements, your posture, your touch, your eye contact, and the gestures, just like a thumbs up, just like a victory sign. All right, do not forget to use non-verbal cues too. All right, so non-verbal things are also an important part of your effective communication. Finally, I would like to come forward and now we are going to talk about the art of responding. So, what do you feel? Only speaking and listening are important aspects of communication. If yes, then let me correct you that responding is another important part of your communication. You need to respond to the situation, but you need to emphasize that responding doesn't necessarily involve advising or providing solutions. तो हमेशा ये इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है कि जब आप किसी को रिस्पॉन्ड कर रहे हो इन अ कॉन्वर्सेशन सो यू नीड टू एडवाइज देम और यू नीड टू प्रोवाइड विद सम सॉल्यूशंस. Sometimes responding is all about listening to the person, empathizing, asking questions if required, and then co-creating solutions together. Not only just providing some impractical solutions or straight away coming to an advice. This might discourage or criticize the speaker. All right, so whenever you are trying to respond, responding itself is an art. So make sure that you use the art of responding correctly in your life by empathizing with the speaker and creating solutions with the person according to what is being said. So now onwards, remember, responding is not all about giving solutions or advising, but co creating the solutions, understanding and empathizing with the speaker. So I hope you have understood three important aspects of effective communication today: speaking, engaging yourselves in a group discussion, the second one, how to be an effective listener, and the third one, the art of responding. So, with this, I have completed the lesson for today. And thank you so much for staying tuned with me in this video. I am here with the end of the session. I hope you really liked it. And now you would be understanding why is it really important for you to communicate effectively in order to win friends and influence people. So do not forget, listening and responding are as important as speaking in communication. So in the next class, I would be meeting you and I would be asking what was the topic that you selected to have a group discussion among your friends or your cousins. Great. So if you like the session, do not forget to meet me in the next session again. All right. And of course, I would like to again remind you, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe in order to listen from me regularly and so that you never ever miss any update. All right. So thank you so much for staying tuned with me. Have a great day ahead, and I would be meeting you in the next session.